Quizziz. Some advantages of Quizziz. The questions can be audio files, and I reuse the recordings I made for video tutorials for vocabulary or sentence patterns. The results synchronise to the Google Classroom gradebook, so I don't have to worry about manual entry. And the quizzes can be organised into folders for free, which is something you have to pay for in the major competitor. Firstly, I'm going to speak about searching and creating quizzes on Quizziz. So you can search for other teachers' quizzes or create your own. You can edit them and adapt them. You can like them and you can save them to folders. It's quite easy and intuitive to create or edit quizzes. You can see where you add a new question and the edit button is just below that if you've copied someone's. Over on the right hand side is where you can edit the title and picture you would like to accompany your quiz. The type of questions you can include are multiple choice, checkbox, fill in the blank, a poll or open-ended questions. It's particular about punctuation in fill in the blanks, but I think you would find that anywhere. Don't forget to click done and exit when you are finished. When you're creating your questions, you can add either image or audio or formulas, and you can see that's a multiple choice question on the left hand side. On the right hand side with the colours up, that's the student view. You will see the question in the purple and the answers come up in the coloured bars. When you're finished, you can print off the test for students who want a paper copy if you're in the classroom, or students who have internet problems, etc. You can include or not include the answer key and change the size of the images or font, etc. So Quizziz has folders where you can store your quizzes, which helps keep everything organised and easy to find. There are some put in automatically that you have to turn off if you don't want them there, but you can also add your own memes to the quizzes. They're quite funny. They keep the quizzes light. You can import your classes from Google Classroom, or you can create your own class. You can see them there on the left-hand side, and you can also include a parent or guardian email if you would like results to go to them. So my library is the set of quizzes. They're not stored in folders. You can just see them separately. And in this slide, I've highlighted the practice section, which is just for individual study for students. So in individual practice, students can play the quiz, or they can challenge their friends, or they can use the quiz questions as flashcards. So assigning homework is where students can join at any given time that you've set individually, see the questions on their screen. They don't play as a class all together. And you can do that just as a fun quiz, or you can make it a test and take memes out of it, stop the music and things like that. When you assign a quiz to a class, you can set the date, the time you want it to finish. You can select a class to assign it to, and then you can schedule when you want it to begin. You can also just share a link and a PIN number if you don't actually want to assign it to your Google Classroom or platform that you use. After you've assigned the quiz, as previously shown, you can scroll down to the advanced settings and set how many attempts you'd like the students to be limited to. Great for a test if you only want them to attempt it once. and then you can choose how you want them to see answers, if at all. Regular quizzes have fun things like power-ups, but you don't really want that if you're using it for a test, and you can turn it off. The other things you can turn on and off are question timers, leaderboards. You can shuffle the questions around, and you can shuffle the answer options around. That means students can't collaborate when they're doing a test, which is ideal. And then again, you can have redemption questions, music, the memes on and off. It all depends on how serious you want the quiz to be. In Quizziz, reports are provided on the quiz overall. You can see the status of it. As you can see, it's assigned, the title, whether it's running, and which class you assigned it to, and what percentage of the students in the class have completed the quiz. You can also see individual reports. When you look at the individual reports, you can see what questions they got correct or incorrect. And then the print button gives you a few handy options too. This is what the test looks like when it's in print mode, but it has a few other handy options such as saving to Google Drive or saving as a PDF. You may want to go in and edit the test because it doesn't do half marks. Or you may just want to keep copies or provide students with a printout. And finally, my favourite, the marks are automatically imported into Google Classroom, and I can easily see what students achieved as well as who hasn't done the quiz yet.